Welcome back. It's great to be back in the studio. Of course, I'm doing this Thursday because there was a baseball game yesterday, which unfortunately ended in a 12-2 loss for Highland to Barberton. Of course, softball is coming up tomorrow. I will upload all of that to YouTube later on that night or the next day, because keep in mind, no Wi-Fi at Granger Elementary, old Granger Elementary. No Wi-Fi on the baseball or softball fields. Disappointing, I know. First things first, let's look at those Cleveland Cavaliers. Let's look at points per game. There's a guy like Moses Brown. You'll learn about him a little later on. But Brown's had a pretty good season so far with the Cavs. We picked him up midway through, and he's really filled in for Evan Mobley and Jared Allen, who have been sitting on the sideline with injuries. Of course, 107.4 points per game, 46.8 field goal percentage. This is for the Cavs, by the way, not Moses, because if he were doing this, holy cow, he'd have an incredible season. 44.3 rebounds per game for the Cavs, 25.1 assists per game, 7.2 steals per game, blocks per game 4.2, turnovers per game 14.5. And then some game recaps. Cavs against the Mavs. Cavs lost that one 110-112. Karras had 32. Darius had 25 points, 10 assists. Luka Doncic was one rebound short of a triple-double. Dorian Finney-Smith had 28 points. Cavs were up by 8 at one point. The Mavs ran away with it in the fourth and final quarter. Cavs at the Hawks was a tough one, 131-107. Sadie Osman, 21 points, 3 threes. Darius Garland, 18 points, 8 assists. Moses had 15 points, 13 rebounds. Trae Young had 30 points, 9 assists. Kevin Huerter had 23 points, 5 threes. And Clint Capella had 12 points and 14 rebounds. We were never winning at all during the game. And Cavs had 6 more turnovers than the Hawks. Now this game right here. Cavs at the Knicks. This was a good one. We won 119-101 and never trailed during the game. Darius had 24 points, 13 assists. Moses had 16 points, 13 rebounds. Karis LeVert, 19 points. Obi Toppin, 20 points, 7 Fournier, 19, and Emmanuel quickly 17. And we had 8 more rebounds than the Knicks. And then a tough one to the Sixers, 112-108. Darius had 23 points. Karis and Lamar had 18 each. Laurie had 16 points, 4 threes. Joel Embiid, 44 points, 17 rebounds, and what looks to be an MVP season for him. And James Harden had triple-double, 21 points, 10 rebounds, 10 assists. Cavs were winning by 12 and 10 more fast break points than the Sixers, but it ends up in a tough loss. And then Cavs against the Magic. The Cavs lost to the Magic! Oh, rip earbud users on that, because the Cavs lost to the Orlando Magic. How do you lose to the Magic? They're horrible. They suck. How do you lose to them? They're 21-59, and we lost. Yeah, lost. 120-115. Good Lord. Not to mention losing to the Pistons twice this season. And what else? Losing to the Wizards this year. And with that loss to the Magic, which was very tragic, that cost us a spot in the top 6. And we're going to be in the play-in tournament. 120-115. Darius, 27 points, 10 assists. Larry, 25 points, 6 threes. Kevin Love, 17 points, 13 rebounds. Mo Bamba had 21 points, 10 rebounds, 20 points for Ignis. And Cavs were up by 11 early in the first, but Mavs had more second chance points by 11. How do you lose to the Magic? Oh my God, that's embarrassing. That's clearly embarrassing. So we play Brooklyn at the Nets at the Barclays Center Friday. And then Sunday we play the Bucks. We need to beat the Nets because I believe that's who we're most likely going to play in the play-in tournament. If I look here at the standings, it's possible for us to finish in 9th. Let's think, if Atlanta and Brooklyn win their next 2 games and Cavs drop their next two, which is quite possible considering the fact that we're playing against the, who do you call them, the Nets and the Celtics. And speaking of Celtics, I have a bet with Coach Leslie of the JV team, the JV boys team, and assistant varsity boys team because he's a Celtics fan. I don't know why. I keep telling him and reminding him that he's still living in 2008. But yeah, we made a bet that if the Cavs and Celtics face off against each other in the playoffs, the loser, say if the Celtics win, I'm going to have to buy a Jason Tatum jersey or a shirt. I mean, my birthday's coming up, so I can use my birthday money on that. So, but if we win, Coach is going to have to buy a Darius Garland one because, well, the Cavs just pulled off a big upset with that. Well, can it happen? I doubt it, but I really don't want to buy one. I really don't want to buy a Jason Tatum jersey, and I feel like I made the wrong decision with that bet. I already have a Larry Fitzgerald jersey from a bet I lost 3 years ago, and now it's going to be one of Jason Tatum. Oh, my Lord. And then the Toyota Owners 400 as we go to NASCAR, where Denny Hamlin won his first race of the campaign at the short track of Richmond. Ryan Blaney won Stage 1. Martin Truex Jr. won Stage 2. Hamlin's first top 10 finish of the season. 6th time out of the last 8 races that Joe Gibbs Racing won at Richmond. Kyle Busch had a late race penalty, but still finished in 9th. Christopher Bell in 6th. Austin Dillon in 10th. And what was a good race. Of course, I didn't have that much to say because I couldn't find that much out there for this race. And, of course, didn't get the chance to watch it over at my grandparents' house. And I probably won't be able to follow NASCAR as much as I typically do. Because why? Well, this reason right here. Because the MLB has made its glorious return. Thank the Lord. Baseball, my friends, is back. And it's time for my season preview of this 2022 MLB season. Everything you see is right there. AL East, Toronto Blue Jays should win it. And the White Sox and Sign Steelers should win their respective divisions. The team in asterisks are the wild card teams. I forgot to put asterisks on the Cardinals, Giants, and Phillies, who I think will also make the wild card as well. Unfortunately, I think the Chicago White Sox are going to win the division. But you know what? What if the Guardians say like they did in 1995, win the division by 30? I've been hyping it up on Twitter. And if you don't follow me on Twitter, I'm at Tommy Maroon Sports, if you're ever curious. And let's look. My prediction for the 2022 season, as I tweeted, Guardians surprise everyone by winning the Central by 30 games like they did in 1995 and win their first World Series since 1948. Is that going to happen? Probably not. But you know what? It's fun to imagine things. I'm still saying it. Just like I said at the beginning of the season, the Cavs are going to the NBA Finals. The Guardians are going to win the division by 30 games. For those that aren't aware, in 1995, they did it by 30 games to Kansas City, who finished 70-74 in a strike-shortened season. Of course, this should have been a strike-shortened season, but fortunately, we're going to get all 162 games in, which is so great and so nice to see. And today, our regular season opener against the Kansas City Royals, where Shane Bieber looks to win his second Cy Young in the last 3 years. I think he can do it. I really think Shane Bieber is going to win Cy Young. You can tell on the right of your screen where it says AL Cy Young, Shane Bieber. Here's our lineup. Miles Straw, Ahmed Rosario, Jose Ramirez, Franmil Reyes, Bobby Bradley, who started off on fire in his Major League rookie season and then sort of tailed off. Yu Chang, Mr. Reliable. Sorry for that, folks. Stephen Kwan, the right fielder, Austin Hedges, the catcher, and Andres Jimenez, the shortstop. And of course, that game is also going to feature the highly anticipated debut of Bobby Witt Jr. for the Kansas City Royals. Back to the screen of all my stuff of baseball predictions. I have the Braves winning the East, the Brewers winning the Central, and the Brewers winning the whole thing. And the Dodgers winning the division. I think Milwaukee's going to win the World Series. I don't know why. I'm just thinking that. I'm thinking that they're going to beat Houston. And Dusty Baker, vintage Dusty Baker in October, I guess. Vladimir Guerrero Jr. wins MVP. Freddie Freeman wins MVP. Brandon Woodruff wins NL Cy Young. A.J. Hinch and Joe Girardi win Managers of the Year for taking Philly and Detroit to the playoffs. And Bobby Witt Jr. and O'Neal Cruz win Rookies of the Year. Jose Ramirez had a mammoth extension deal, which is great to see. But you know what's also great to see? My fantasy baseball team, which consists of Will Smith, who better slap that ball out of here. Got it, anybody? Of course you do. And then Freddie Freeman. Then Whit Merrifield, Chris Taylor, Dansby Swanson, Randy Arozarena, Franmil the Franimal, Miles Straw, Lourdes Gurriel Jr., Ahmed Rosario, Austin Meadows, Robbie Grossman, Gene Segura. I had you on Moncada, and then he got hurt on the injured list. Of course he's on the injured list. How's my pitching look? Well, I have Walker Buehler, Lucas Giolito, Logan Webb, Carlos Rodon, and Tariq Skubal, along with our reliever of the year candidate, Emmanuel Clase. I'm just saying. Corey Knebel, Cal Quantrill, Alex Wood, Casey Mize, and Zach Plesac. I have more batters than pitchers, which is kind of rare in fantasy baseball and real-life baseball. Well, it's hard to believe, but in less than 1 hour, the Cleveland Guardians will make their highly anticipated first game of the season in their 122nd season in franchise history, and their first under the new name, and their 5th name in franchise history. So much excitement this season. I'm really looking forward to it. I really think Cleveland can make some noise as long as if their pitching does good. Shane Bieber, Cal Quantrill, Tristan McKenzie, Aaron Savali, Zach Plesac. I was talking to my friends about that. That's a solid 5-man rotation. Not to mention Emmanuel Clase on the mound. Anthony Gose is not that bad either. The former outfielder converted to pitcher. Was with Detroit a few years ago. I remember him. And, of course, that's it. Holy cow, we just went through this episode really quickly. We'll see how long or how short next episode is. Of course, don't leave yet, folks, because, well, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19 days and 1 more week until high school football makes its glorious return. 134 days to go. And you know that I, for one, cannot wait for it. Not to mention next year if I do this show on WCTV, which I'm unsure about with college and stuff. But you know what? If I do it here, Tommy's picks will extend to D3 football. That's right, Division 3 football, because BW is Division 3, and go Jacks. Should be fun. Of course, that's not till the 3rd of September. So that's, let's think, 21 weeks and 2 more days from now. But 19 weeks till the high school football season. Highland trying to avenge that tough loss last year, which is still very gut-wrenching. We don't talk about Toledo Central Catholic. Yeah, forget about Bruno. We don't talk about Toledo Central Catholic. I would have made a song about it, but I can't sing. Well, now that's it. Try to push the envelope a little bit to see how far this video, or what did I say video? This episode could go. Till then, I'm Tommy Maroon here saying so long from WCTV.
You are watching WCTV, Wadsworth Community Television.